Hello, it's Steve from Zanella.com. How's everyone doing today? Hope you're doing well. I'm making this video because I wanted to share an idea, a thought. It's actually, I guess, kind of a concept. I was first introduced to this through one of the books by Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend you picking up that book and reading it. There's so many great bits of knowledge and wisdom, and it really had a huge impact on me, and I believe it can have impact on so many other people. So if you haven't read it, I highly recommend that you pick it up. But that's not why I'm making the video, not to plug Eckhart Tolle. I'm making this because he talks about something in the video that was hugely impactful for me and for what I was going through with my issues with anxiety. And one of the things that he talks about is being the watcher of your thoughts, of working on developing the ability to simply observe them. And much like the experience he had in becoming an observer of his thoughts, I had a very similar experience when I started doing meditation and I started to experience what it was like to watch or view or observe my thoughts. So many people who suffer from anxiety identify as their thoughts. They think, they believe that they are the thought. The thinking that goes on in their mind becomes their identity. It becomes who they are. So when I would think to myself that I might fail, I identified as failure. When I worried that I would be excluded or seen as an outcast or worried that I wouldn't fit in, I identified as that outcast. I identified with being the fear, being the thought that I had. But as I practiced meditation and I started to experience the idea of being the observer, I realized that my identity was not the thought. I wasn't what I thought or what I was thinking. And I was able to physically experience that. I was able to physically understand the sense of observing thought, of sitting back and watching the process of thinking that went on in my mind. And it was this amazing freedom for me, because it, for the first time, allowed me to fully experience and understand that we are not our thinking. We are not our thoughts. That is not who we are. It is what we do. Thinking is a process of the mind, but it does not define who we are as individuals. So I urge you to think about taking up a meditative practice and to sit and become an observer of your thinking. Try not to judge it. Try not to focus too hard on exactly what the thought is. I kind of look at it like your thoughts are a river, and sometimes it's this little kind of trickling stream, and when you're anxious and really worried, it's this raging rapids. But either way, understand that you are sitting on the banks, watching the river go by. What we end up doing, those of us who suffer from anxiety, is we dive into that river and we let that river take us. And it's such a difficult journey when you're in the river. But if you can work on reminding yourself that you're sitting on the riverbank and you're watching that river go by, it can be calm, it can be hectic, it can be chaotic, but it doesn't have to take you away. It doesn't have to sweep you away with it. You can watch it, you can understand it, you can observe it, but you don't have to identify as it. And this is something that no matter what I say to you, I hope that sometimes the words get through, but you have to start putting these things into practice, because it's not just about the words, it's about the actions. Talking about meditation isn't going to get you anywhere. You have to practice. You need to sit down and start. You need to actually experience what it's like to sit and observe your thoughts and not allow them to take you away. And I hope you will, because when you start doing these things, you're going to start experiencing these small amounts of freedom. You're going to start to realize that there is hope, that you can overcome your fears and your anxieties. And when you get a taste of that, it's going to help motivate you to keep moving forward. Because there is a way out of this. I promise you, there is a way out. You can change your life. You can take on new challenges. You can change your relationship with fear. You can learn to control your mind and get it to work for you instead of against you. You can use it as the tool that it's meant to be used as. It doesn't have to call the shots. You don't have to let your anxiety and your fear push you around. But you have to take action. You have to commit to wanting to change, and then you have to take action and create that change in your life. So those are my thoughts for today. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below in the video. If you ever have a question, like I always say, my email, steve@stevezanella.com, always comes to me, and I do my best to respond to every single person that sends me an email. So if you have any questions or thoughts, if you'd like to see a topic covered in a video, please send me an email, or like I said, leave a comment, and please subscribe to the channel. I know it's young. I know I'm just starting out at this, but you know what? We're just having some fun. Hoping that I can help some people the way that I've been helped over the years. And, you know, let's get out and make it the best day that we can. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.